Cool. Yeah, there's some things that I'm like hearing some critiques that I'm like, yeah, that's fucking fair. There are some points where I'm like, well, I think that's exactly what I'm saying. You know, like and maybe it's my failure to articulate it. It could very well be. But what I'm saying about the superego, for instance, is the superego is permissive. That's why it's repressive. And I that's a tricky point there. But like what I'm saying is more or less like, look, we're being severely distracted from finding ourselves. And that distraction is very positive. That's very it's very and this ties into what Kier was saying too, is like I'm like, yeah, my point is like, and I say this pretty clearly. I'm like, look, when your friend tells you you do you, that's a different message than when the corporation tells you you do you. When the advertisement tells you you do you. You know, those are not the same. That's not the same thing. And that's the point of the whole like pseudo culture element of this is like the the media spectacle, it's really good at being like saying what we want to hear and just repeating it, repeating something that like we already want to hear that a friend might tell us. And in that way, it's becoming our friend, and we think it's becoming our friend, but it's not your friend. You know what I mean? It's depriving you more and more of your time. It's depriving you more and more of your, it's distracting you. It's depriving you more and more of the ability to find yourself. And it's really this positivity that's doing that. So that's on the superego. I wanted to say that.
Mm.
And and I seem to, and I might have failed to articulate like maybe the primary point, because one thing I'm trying to get at, and maybe this is being heard, maybe it's not, I don't know, but it's that like the reason why it's a tricky transition. I'm going from like the parents to the corporations because the corporations are our collective parent, our collective permissive parent, is kind of the point I'm trying to make. And I don't know if that's something that um I don't know if that's a legitimate jump to make. I don't, but it's the jump I'm trying to make, you know, where and it's not that on that point, it's not that narcissism is the whole um narcissism is everything we are, but it is everywhere. You know what I mean? So that gets to the whole problem that Benjamin was talking about the scope issue. Uh, so that's what I want to say. I want to say it's everywhere. I don't want to say that it's like all of everyone, you know. So I think it's kind of the ruling ideology. This is what I'm trying to say. I think it's the ruling ideology, but that doesn't mean that it's and this is why at the very end I'm like, look, it's there is a gap. There is hope because it's not completely defining us and it can't completely define us. And this is the problem with the board. This is the problem with the Society of the Spectacle. The vibe you get, at least from reading the Society of the Spectacle, you're like, there's no hope. We're all fucked. It's just all pervasive, all consuming. At least this is the vibe I got from reading it. And so there's literally nothing we can do. And and so maybe this essay is bringing that across, but what I was trying to do at the very end and the conclusion was just be like, yo, yeah, no, it's not though. You know, it's not all consuming. There is still hope. We do still have agency. We do still exist. But it's the system's trying to like actively convince us that we don't exist.